This video is sponsored by Noom. Kofta, kefta, or kofta all refer to a deliciously spiced meat mixture. There are countless cultural and regional variations in the Middle East countries from Turkey to Lebanon to Egypt. We're not going to cover a specific variant, but instead I want to show you how I've been using the base technique to make new and exciting dishes in my cooking rotation in less than 20 minutes. It's such a simple but delicious technique, you'll ask yourself, why haven't I been doing this for years? I'm Ethan, a home cooking nerd who likes to find better ways to cook and share them with all of you. So we've got two cooking equations to cover in this video, so let's just get down to business and I'll meet you right back here for the taste test. If kofta is broken down into its simplest components, it's any kind of ground meat like lamb, beef, or chicken, and I'm sure you could make it with a vegetarian substitute as well. Next, 1.5% salt is added, which is the amount typically used in sausage making. Obviously, the salt seasons the meat, but it also dissolves the myosin in the muscle fiber, which acts as glue to bind the pieces together when forming. Finally, all that is left is seasoning, typically split into fresh aromatics like grated onion or herbs, and dried spices like cumin and paprika. Now, in some variants, you'll see additions like breadcrumbs to help bind, or baking powder, which is said to keep the meatball tender, but the top components are the ones that I saw in just about every recipe, and the ones that I focus on in my kitchen. Let me show you my current go-to. To start, add 1 pound or 454 grams of ground lamb to a mixing bowl, and then to that add 1.5% or 7 grams of salt. For the fresh aromatics, grate in 1/4 of an onion, 1 garlic clove, and add a handful of chopped parsley. Then for the dry spices, I use 1 spoonful of my pre-mixed spice jar. To make this, all it is 2 spoonfuls of ground cumin, 1 spoonful of red chili powder, 1 spoonful of paprika, 1 spoonful of oregano, and 1/4 spoonful of ground cinnamon. Mix the meat together with your hands for about 2 to 3 minutes until it becomes a cohesive mass that sticks together. With the kefta mixed, you now have a whole nother equation to play with in your cooking arsenal. You could form these into patties and make it into a burger, you could cook it loose and throw it over salad or rice, or shape it into logs for a wrap. Then just pair it with some fresh accoutrements like a yogurt sauce, pickled onions, lettuce, or tomato, and you have endless variations. Let's talk a bit about how Noom can help you make that decision. Noom is a program that helps people lead healthier lives through personalized behavior change, focusing on establishing healthy, lifelong habits. As someone who has lost 1/3 of my body weight over the past 8 or 9 years, sustainable habit change is what got me to the best physical and mental health that I am in today. Noom has a psychology and mindfulness curriculum, food and exercise tracker, but my favorite part is using its best-in-class food database to create dishes. For today's lamb kefta, I can easily create a custom dish with whatever units I need. Once created, I can then log a serving of the recipe with a green food that is less calorie dense like romaine lettuce, or a red food which is more calorie dense such as the lavash bread I wanted today. These aren't food restrictions, but instead the color system is used to understand the decisions we are making with our food, just like my low-cal series. So go to the link on screen right now and take your free 30-second quiz to see if Noom is right for you. But like I said, let's get this meat ready for lavash. I'll be forming the meat into thin oval/rectangular shapes for no other reason than I just felt like it. And a little pro tip here is to splash some water on your hands to help prevent the meat from sticking while you are forming them. With the kofta form, place them on a cast iron griddle over medium heat. Now we're looking for some nice browning on the exterior and a juicy interior. And it will depend on the size and shape used, but these shouldn't take more than a few minutes to cook on each side. Keep an eye on them while you cook, but meanwhile you can clean those meat bowls and also make a quick sauce with yogurt, lemon zest, lemon juice, a grated garlic clove, sumac, black pepper, and some salt. Mix that up and give it a taste to adjust any seasoning you see fit. Back at the stove, the kofta should have a nice crust on the exterior, and you can check their doneness with a thermometer if you would like to. Pull the cooked kofta off the pan and let them cool for a minute. Meanwhile, you can prepare the remaining fresh components by dicing up some tomatoes, gathering a bunch of arugula, and some pickled onions. To prepare the wrap, get some lavash bread and spread a spoonful of the yogurt sauce on the bottom. Follow that with a bunch of the fresh arugula, the diced tomato, a smattering of pickled onions, plenty of the kofta, and finally some more yogurt sauce over the top. Once tightly rolled up, you can toss this on the griddle if you want to toast it up a bit, then slice it in half, and there you have it. Juicy meat, bouncy goodness. Let's do our taste test. It is time, my friends. The taste test, the best time of the video. I'm just gonna dive in. The kofta is so juicy, unctuous, and just all those fresh flavors in there. Like, this has been just absolutely game changing. I've been making some version of this probably once a week for the past few months, and I was like, I need to share this with all of you because I've been absolutely loving this. I think just the other day, actually on stream, I made this with chicken. I just chopped up boneless, skinless chicken thighs, did the same exact process, threw in some, onions and red pepper and stuff. There's so many ways and variations that you can do to this. You can just throw stuff into some kind of ground meat with salt. You're gonna get something good. And like today, we threw it in a little wrap, but you can do this over salads. You can do this with rice. You could do this as a burger. There's so many ways to use this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed kind of the breakdown of the base technique. It's something that I've really found helpful and enjoyable, and it's so fun just messing around with this spice cabinet, just throwing stuff in, see what tastes good, see what doesn't taste good. But that's gonna wrap it up for the video. The recipe for this specific version will be up on the website if you guys do wanna follow it. But that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.